A new and devious threat has come to Jersey City, and it threatens to swallow up Kamala Khan's whole world. All this and more in the pages of the magnificent Ms. Marvel issue number 8. Let's hop on in together and find out what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so in the previous issue, Ms. Marvel and her friends were attempting to get to the bottom of a zombie crisis in New Jersey that was linked to a brand new Silicon Valley company called Rubicon. A particularly evil corporation, unlike those real Silicon Valley corporations, that has gone out of its way to hire supervillains like Lockdown and Discord. Two villains of whom Kamala has a long and storied history with. Yeah, gotta admit, Josh Discord is really able to let bygones be bygones and work with Lockdown yet again, the very woman who locked him up in the first place and led to his transformation into a villain. With her two friends threatened, Kamala has no choice but to give herself up, and she ends up getting hit with an inhibitor collar. She's not going to be using her powers anytime soon, and Discord and Lockdown want to take her to their new master. A mysterious and eccentric CEO type who goes by the name Uncle Brett. Why Uncle Brett? Because all my employees are family, and when you're family, I don't have to pay you benefits. It's on the ride over, Ms. Marvel does everything in her power to try and sway Josh. After all, she did it once before, and she has the feeling that this guy really only has one foot into the world of costumed supervillainy. Also, while Kamala is unable to slip her inhibitor cuffs on her own, her brand new Kree battle costume seems to be working independently of her. Oh, you better believe this'll be important later. When our hero does eventually get taken to the headquarters of the Rubicon Corporation, we see even more of the corporate zombies walking around. It seems that all of these worker drones literally feed into some sort of evil hive mind that gives Uncle Brett his power. And how about Uncle Brett too? What would we call this design? Zucker Bezos job? Seriously, I joke about him being an unholy amalgamation, and that joke is only going to become even more relevant later on in the comic. Brett talks about how he's not really the bad guy in this situation. He's brought new life and new industry to Jersey City. People have jobs, horrible, soul-crushing jobs, but there's a lot of money being brought into the community. Well, brought into Brett's pocket that he doesn't have to pay any taxes on, but those are semantics. And like any good evil Silicon Valley CEO, he's already thinking about expansion, and who's better at expanding than Ms. Marvel? In fact, that's one of her powers, and if Brett can bring her into his hive mind, well, that'll be his power too. And you know what? He might just have gotten away with it too, putting the same mind whammy-zammy on Kamala that he put on all the other employees, were it not for her two friends to swoop on in and snap her out of it. Our heroes manage to escape, but Discord and Lockdown give chase. Ms. Marvel is all too quick to return the beatdown that they gave to her previously. Her brand new suit actually boosting her strength and physical abilities, almost too much in fact. She almost ends up killing Josh, even though she didn't intend to. After all, this suit was built for war, so it doesn't really know how to pull punches. Ultimately, Uncle Brett reveals his true form, a truly terrifying, monstrous, almost Lovecraftian beast calling itself Monopoly. Oh geez, I wonder what Monopoly could be here to represent, everybody. I'm not exactly sure. The villain ends up absorbing Ms. Marvel, but he underestimates her true power. She's able to embiggen to a maximum size and break free, in doing so freeing a bunch of the people that Monopoly had absorbed. The day is saved, and a bunch of the zombified employees are able to regain their faculties, but much like real-world evil CEOs, Brett is able to weasel his way out of any actual trouble. In fact, his plot is actually kind of genius. The only reason he kept Discord and Lockdown on his payroll is that he could offer them up as sacrificial lambs and blame everything that went wrong on them. And as far as mind-controlling his employees, they all signed on the dotted line, and apparently in the fine print of their contracts, they actually waived all human rights. Oops. Hey, at least he didn't make them pee in bottles or anything, as far as we know. All in all, it's a bittersweet resolution for Ms. Marvel. She knows this isn't the last she's seen of Monopoly, but before she can deal with that threat, she's going to have to get her own suit under control. And so that was the magnificent Ms. Marvel issue number 8, everybody. And while I wasn't exactly feeling the previous issue that set up this one, I gotta say, I think this 2-issue arc ended really strong. Monopoly is a really cool design for a villain and a really cool idea to shine a light on some of the real-world evils of Silicon Valley and the technology age. I could easily see Uncle Brett becoming Kamala's very own Lex Luthor, and if indeed Saladin Ahmed is trying to build her rogues gallery, that's a good place to start. Also, the whole alien costume turning on a young hero thing is no doubt a direct reference to the famous symbiote storyline from Spider-Man, but I wonder what new and different twist Saladin Ahmed is going to put on this one. I wonder, could the whole new costume thing actually be a giant fake out, and will we see Kamala return to her classic duds soon enough? I mean, she doesn't have this new costume in the video game, or indeed in a lot of the other other multimedia projects surrounding her at the moment. So, you know, never say never. Ultimately, I would give this one a much-deserved 8 out of 10. Good fun.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing me right now, it means you watched to the end of the video, of which I will always be appreciative of. It really helps with retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. If you really like my work, you can check me out on social media. I have links down in the description of the video you're watching right now to all my different socials. I got the Twitter, I got the Instagram, I got the Facebook. I'm very easy to be reached, and if you follow me there, you can be the first to know about when a new video goes live. And with that, I will bid you all adieu. Bye-bye.